Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Sports on the Pitch. All right, so today we're actually going to be talking. We are going to be starting our conversation today with Liverpool. We all know that Liverpool currently have a contract problem right now. What do I mean by that? We know that players like Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, as well as Trent Arnold. They are currently in contract talks with Liverpool, and it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere because a lot of Liverpool fans are actually angry. If you check Twitter, for example, you will see the reactions from Liverpool fans who are saying that personally they think, I mean, the deal has been delayed and that it should have been sorted before now because actually they are more than this. The number of the players are more than this, but these are the crucial players in the Liverpool squad, especially when you think about what is happening this season. They are vying to win the title for the first time since about 5 to 6 years. And when you look at Salah's contribution and even the contribution of Virgil van Dijk, for example, you would really understand their argument. You understand where they are coming from. That okay, why is our team not really much interested in making sure that they get the deal done with, for example, as regards Salah, Virgil van Dijk, as well as what's his name now, Trent Arnold. So if you Liverpool guys are actually watching my videos, please do drop your comments in the comment section. I mean, give us an insight to what is really happening in Liverpool. Why do you think the contract has been stalled? Do you think it is from the player side, or perhaps do you think it's from the management side? Because there are no doubt about it that if these guys leave Liverpool, it is going to be really a big deal for them. Salah as far as I'm concerned, his best season since he came to EPL this season. He has already scored 20 something. He has already scored 20 plus goals and he has a lot of assists. So when you look at some records like that, it obviously will make fans unhappy if they know that they are not holding down this player because of his quality and every other thing like that. But another thing that is important is last year, for example, or last season, for example, when Klopp was still the manager, Salah almost left when Klopp was leaving. We thought Salah was going to go to Saudi Arabia, but luckily he did not go to Saudi Arabia. He played that one season here in England and we are in Liverpool, and they really delivered on his performance. So, as far as I'm concerned, Salah is the one that is carrying this Liverpool team right now. Now, let's go into the details proper. So, on the overlap, I think it's the overlap show. Carragher was present on the overlap show, and he has some things to say. So, we are going to analyze what he has to say. So, here is Carragher.
I look at it in a bit like I'd be gutted if Liverpool didn't sign him, but I'd also look at the players and thinking, why haven't you signed? It's a bit like this is the. And I'm not just saying because Liverpool. It's just like sad, as you say, the team's made for him. He's loved. Where are they going to go? Even though these are two of the greatest players, other clubs probably aren't going to pay them that much money. That's like this time and give them a long contract. I don't think anyone in Europe does that now. We don't know Saudi. I just can't see Salah.
Okay, sorry, I have to pause it there. So, what is Carragher saying there? He's saying that if the two of them has to go, that is in particular, I think he's talking about Trent Arnold, Alexander-Arnold, and he's talking about Mohamed Salah. That if you're looking at their age, nobody is willing to pay them that kind of a salary. I honestly do not think he's right. I think he's only just trying to gaslight those two players. Because how would you be saying that somebody that is at that age already in the EPL, with the level of performances they are putting in it, especially Mohamed Salah, that nobody is ready to pay them that amount of money? No, I do not agree with that. I think Liverpool need to do what they need to do. They need to make sure that they hold on to their players and so that they can remain competitive. Because, for example, if Arnold should go to Real Madrid, he is going to get a playing time and they will get a good salary, he will get everything that he wants. Maybe not everything that he wants, but he will get a very good deal. And also Salah would also get a very good deal because it's more or less like for Salah, like the older he gets, the better he becomes. That is how I see Salah. Like the older he gets, the better he becomes. So if he's not going to be spending the whole of his years in Liverpool, for example, do not think that if he has to go anywhere, he's not going to be getting that level of contract.
Doing that. He's too driven. He's too much of a winner. I just don't. I think Salah can go there when he's 37, 38. I think he can play.
Has he been offered a contract categorically, Salah?
Yes. Do not believe that he hasn't been offered a contract.
Yeah.
I can absolutely assure you he will have been offered a contract.
It's a signing Anfield.
So how is Carragher? Carragher says I can absolutely assure you that he has been offered a contract. So if he has been offered a contract, has he been offered a contract that is not, or he doesn't feel is the kind of contract that he wants? Is it on the wages side? Is it on the what exactly is the issue? So this is just a topic I needed to discuss so that we can really have more insight into what is going on. If you're a Liverpool fan, please remember to drop your comments, clear the doubt on what you think is happening, so that we can. Do you think your team can survive without Salah, without Virgil van Dijk, and even without Trent Arnold? Do you really think your team can survive that long? So the other thing we are going to be talking about today, besides these two, is that we are actually going to be looking at, because to be honest, the Oliver Lewis Skelly issue is not going away anytime soon. On Twitter, I found a video of Ferdinand where he actually scolded both Gary Neville as well as Carragher, and it also has to do with the Lewis Skelly issue. Of course, we know that I made a video yesterday where I talked about this, and on my other channel, the Arsenal in Me, of course, I made a video where I talked about why I think the EPL, the PGMOL is actually being unfair to us now. Anyways, let's listen to what Ferdinand has to say on the Lewis Kelly's case. And before we do that, it is important for me to show you what Michael Oliver said at the when he was making his write up for the case against Arsenal. So according to reports on Twitter, it says that let me read it out. It says Michael Oliver wrote an extraordinary incident report following Arsenal's trip to Wolves last month, according to the FA. Following the 43rd minute dismissal, a number of Arsenal players surrounded myself to protest the decision. So when you look at that keyword here, the keyword here is extraordinary. He wrote an extraordinary incident report. So which means in all of the things they have said, they practically just want to slave Arsenal in those reports. But anyways, he got what he wanted, and of course we have a £65,000 fine, which I talked about in the video yesterday on my other channel. Now let's look at what Ferdinand has to say about this, so that we can get Ferdinand's perspective on what is really, really happening and the bias that we have in England.
When Haaland threw the ball at Gabriel that time, no one said nothing. Everyone was laughing. Yeah, love it.
Be humble.
No one. When he said be humble, when Haaland said, who the effing hell are you? No one went, that's a disgrace. He's talking to a young kid like that.
So I quickly want to address something. I quickly want to say something here. Ferdinand is 100% correct on all the things they have said. When Haaland was effing Lewis Kelly, everybody clapped and said, okay, he has the right to do that. A young kid just starting his career, 17 years old or so, just starting his career, and it is very, very difficult, when you're just starting your career, for somebody who has been in the game to want to bring you down. Everybody was, of course, in the first leg when he threw the ball on Gabriel's head, as Ferdinand has reported, we did not see Gary Neville, we did not see Carragher. We did not see Gary Neville, we did not see Carragher to say that those actions are actually bad.
But all of a sudden, the young kids come and said, you know what? No, I've got a bit of personality and I'm going to do that, the Zen moment. And everyone's going, oh, get back in your box. No, let the kids come out and express themselves. Let anyone express themselves when you score a goal and there's a moment in the game, because that's what we paid to see.
Yes.
This is common sense. Football matches are meant to be enjoyed. So if Lewis Kelly has a big performance in the game, it should be celebrated. Because this same Lewis Kelly we are talking about, if, for example, he had a performance in a game that he did not perform very well, this same media would pick on him and say that Mikel Arteta has some ego issues. Why is he using the key to play football? He's not bringing in players that are experienced. He's not making a transfer. He's not doing this and doing that. But now he has used a 16 years old. The boy is playing amazingly well. He's scoring goals. And is playing the left wing back. He's playing it very, very well. Now, the credit that you're supposed to give the manager as well as the young boy, you're not giving him. But rather, you're saying that he needs to win some level of title before he's able to celebrate. So that is the bullying shit that Ferdinand is calling out here. So let me keep up with the video.
I agree
You
with
can't
that.
pick and choose when you want someone to be a bit volatile or show a bit of personality.
Exactly.
You can't pick and choose.
You've got to tell that to Gary Neville, mate.
Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, whoever else. Like Gary Neville, when he was doing that with his badge, when I scored at Old Trafford against Liverpool last minute, Gary Neville was running towards, but he didn't even come to me. He went,
So can you imagine if a young lad has done this, Gary Neville would have picked on this young lad, scoring a goal and going over. Ferdinand scored a goal. He went over to Liverpool's fan. He was celebrating the goal. It's okay when it's Gary Neville. Or let me say it's okay when it's not Arsenal. But the moment it's Arsenal, it's not okay.
and to Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
And was doing that to Liverpool fans. The biggest iconic picture in his life.
Yeah.
And he's doing that to Liverpool fans. And I scored, he didn't come to celebrate with me. Right? And he's telling people to calm down.
Scores.
It's tasteless. It's a bit tasteless.
It's
So to be honest, Ferdinand nailed it. He nailed it there. I mean, according to him, this is Gary Neville's most iconic picture in his life. And I think I agree with that because Gary Neville did not sit down in one place. He wants to be everywhere. He wants to be everywhere. So, do you guys think Ferdinand is right on his take? Because of course we have heard too much from Carragher as well as a Gary Neville. So this is probably the first time we are hearing on this topic from Ferdinand. So another thing we are going to be talking about is, of course, we know yesterday Atlanta played. Who was it that they played in the Champions League? Club Brugge, and they actually lost that match by 3-1 yesterday. Aggregate, they lost by 5-2. In that match, something very, very important happened. Okay, so Lookman lost a penalty in that match yesterday, and of course, so something very, very important happened in that match yesterday. Atlanta played. Okay, so the other thing we are actually going to be looking at is, of course, what happened yesterday. We all know that yesterday Atlanta faced Club Brugge, and in that match they lost by 3-1 yesterday. They were at home, and on aggregate, because it's the knockout of the Champions League, and on aggregate it was 5-2. So I think Club Brugge went on to qualify on aggregate, and of course, Atlanta knocked out of the competition. So during the match, Lookman lost the penalty in the 60-something minutes. Lookman, if you don't know Lookman, of course you even have to know Lookman. Lookman is a Nigerian international, currently Nigerian African Footballer of the Year. He lost the penalty, and the manager Gasperini, picked on Lookman. Gasperini picked on Lookman, and personally, I felt like that was a speech of color. Now, Ademola Lookman is actually the African Footballer of the Year. We all know that. Instead of the manager to protect his player, he threw him under the bus. So what really happened yesterday? After the penalty loss, this is what Gasperini said. He said Ademola Lookman is one of the worst penalty takers I have ever seen. He wanted to take the penalty after scoring a goal. He took the ball despite Retegui and the Catalares available to take it. I didn't like what Lookman did. So that actually just looked like a statement. Maybe we shouldn't read too much meaning to it. But personally, I felt like that was more like a discussion of color. Because oftentimes we have seen the same manager, that is Gasperini, praise Retegui whenever he loses a penalty. He just says, okay, it's one of those things. It happens like that. And even by the way, it was in the 61st minute for God's sakes. You had a whole 30 minutes to play the game. You could not even equalize. Club Brugge really, really outclassed them yesterday by making sure that they took all their chances. So, guys, what do you think about this incident yesterday? What do you think about this, Ademola Lookman incident? Please drop your comments in the comment section, and also please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in another video.